up on AgweekTV, U.S. Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins visits North Dakota to hear concerns from the local ag community. The fight against avian influenza ramps up more than 3 years into the epidemic that killed nearly 2 million birds.
We'll check in on calving progress across the region.
And a career academy is giving a boost to ag and FFA education in South Dakota. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Ariana Schumacher. Emily Beal is off this week. U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins says she's hit the ground running to support farmers. Rollins came to North Dakota this week to meet with industry members from crop and cattle industries, along with North Dakota dignitaries. She listened to their concerns during a roundtable in the morning before heading out to tour Grand Farm Innovation Campus in Wheatland. One of the big questions is about tariffs President Trump is implementing on ag products.
But if, in fact, there are longer-term repercussions, like there were in 2019 with some of our sorghum and wheat and soy and others with the China renegotiation, USDA is preparing, Senator Hoeven and I have already had a lot of conversations about it, for a potential moment where the CCC or other opportunities to mitigate some damages may be necessary.
Tony Richards, president of North Harvest Bean Growers Association, shared concerns that implemented or even delayed tariffs are causing buyers to move away from the U.S.
They're not taking orders, and they're moving their buyers are moving to other countries that are ramping up to provide them their needs. So we're roughly about 25% down in a lot of the markets. That market share has gone away to Brazil and Argentina.
Rollins wrapped up the day with a visit to American Crystal Sugar in Moorhead. More than 3 years into the avian flu outbreak, a chief focus of fighting it remains biosecurity. We take a closer look in this week's Ag Week cover story. Highly pathogenic avian influenza outbreaks are occurring regularly in the upper Midwest. The virus has affected 1.76 million birds since February of 2022, and it's jumping from birds to mammals, including dairy cattle. Earlier this month, the USDA announced $15 million in funding for prevention, preparedness, early detection, and rapid response. Government funding is focused on biosecurity and vaccine research in an attempt to better control the outbreak in 2025.
We work with producers every single day to make sure that their biosecurity measures are up to par, and that they're doing everything that they can to try to prevent those infections. And that is something that we will continue to do. We're also in Minnesota supportive of advocating for the development of vaccines.
You can read much more in the next Ag Week magazine or at agweek.com. It's hard to teach agriculture without the proper classroom space. In Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the city's only ag and FFA program is getting a much-needed update. I went to the Career and Technical Education Academy to learn more about the expansion.
Nothing like has ever taken place in the Sioux Falls School District.
The CTE Academy has been offering ag classes to students from 16 high schools in the Sioux Falls area for 3 years. While they've been able to have some small animals on the campus, they never really had the perfect classroom space for all the projects they want to do.
The space I'm in right now was kind of a makeshift agriculture classroom. It was a construction carpentry kind of space before that, and we've made it work, but it is very difficult.
Now, construction is underway for a new facility for the school, a $5.5 million barn.
We want to make sure that our students in the Sioux Falls School Districts and surrounding districts are exposed to all aspects of agriculture.
Along with the animals they already have, the CTE Academy will be able to bring in more large animals, expanding their hands-on learning opportunities.
Maybe larger animals such as cows or even a horse.
There will also be a space for greenhouses and farm equipment in the barn.
We're going to be getting a full-size field row cropping tractor, a skid steer, some other small equipment, so we'll have the place to put all that.
Students say the hands-on experience adds to the agriculture education.
It's just easier to learn when you get to see it in front of you, and just the experiences are so in depth. And this year I got to glove up and go inside of a salad to help her with her piglets. And if it wasn't for ag in this class, I would never have gotten to experience something like that.
Having the new barn is going to help the students expand their knowledge and get a better experience from their classes.
We need to grow. We need to show Sioux Falls and all the schools and students who want to learn about agriculture that experience and let them learn more.
We want them to discover any passion they might have in any of those fields of agriculture and then help them find a career path if they do discover a passion.
Classes are scheduled to begin in the new facility in the fall of 2026. Up next on AgweekTV, we'll see what is being done to control runoff and keep Minnesota waters cleaner.
You got salty soils? We can help. Let's talk.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brand does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of brand products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
A farmer's work is never done. You're not just planting a seed or harvesting a crop. You're growing a legacy. When you're up before dawn and out long past dusk, you need a banker who will work with your schedule, not the other way around. At Choice, we do banking differently, giving farmers like you time back to focus on what really matters. Choice Bank, top North Dakota Ag Bank for 10 years running, and always people first.
Spray Advantage is a full-line, full-service dealer with everything you need for fertilizer and chemical applications, like electronics from Microtrack and Raven, pumps by Banjo and John Blue, a full line of poly parts, tanks, and spray tips. We support the equipment we sell with factory-trained service technicians and a well-stocked parts department. It's our commitment to offer you quality products at competitive prices with the best financing options available. Spray Advantage, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota.
You got salty soils? We can help. Let's talk.
Ag runoff and its effects on water quality is a big concern. People from various backgrounds and expertise gathered on the banks of the Mississippi River in Sauk Rapids, Minnesota this week to talk about nitrogen trends and reduction strategies. Michael Johnson has more.
Minnesota is known for its waters, but the water as well as air and soil often have excess nitrogen, which can be an ag byproduct, some from fertilizer runoff. Some can be used by plants, or it can be released into the ground or surface waters, where it can make drinking water unsafe.
Learning a little bit more about how to protect the soil, how to protect the water, keep nitrates out of our surface waters and out of our groundwater. That's a part of taking good care of the land.
Concerns about soil and water quality is part of what drew farmer Mark Legvold to this presentation put on by the Minnesota Department of Agriculture. The group is also made up of science, health, geology, water, and policy experts. Legvold says as a farmer, he needs to balance taking care of the land with running a successful farm.
Profit is important in farming. No farmer is going to disagree with that, but when we start measuring bushels per acre as the only measurement of a successful farmer, we're losing picture of what we're really in the game for, and that's profitability. What's your return on investment?
Legvold says he boosts his profitability using practices like strip tilling and cover crops to save time and chemicals. Those are methods U of M Extension educator Brad Carlson highly recommends as he spoke to the group about lowering excess nitrogen.
it's important to note that most of the things that are being proposed to improve water quality are actually quite expensive. And so nitrogen fertilizer management is just simply the cheapest way that we can address this.
Brad Jordahl-Redlin with the Minnesota Department of Agriculture says there are several programs in the state to reduce nutrient contamination, including water quality certification.
The certification program is actually, on average, more profitable farms than those who aren't certified. So it's this optimization that seems to be paying off.
Legvold is taking part in a nitrogen research project on his farm.
Farming is a yearly process, and we're learning something new every single year.
In Sauk Rapids, Minnesota, this is Michael Johnson for AgWeek.
The Minnesota Pollution Control Agency says improvements are being seen on many surface waters in the state, but as a whole, the state is far from its goal of 45% nutrient reduction by 2040. John Deere is offering a new spraying technology that could benefit farmers' yields. The See & Spray technology is a system that is set up with a camera processors and uses machine learning to identify weeds and make a targeted spray application.
So the guys that have gotten it so far, whether it's they've bought the equipment or we have demo machines as well that we've covered lots of acres with, really it's surprised and they really like to see the tech at work. It's been a fun technology to actually get to demo and be around because you just simply select your crop type, turn it on, and it does the rest for you.
Right now, See & Spray can be operated in corn, soybeans, and cotton, but the company hopes to add other commodities in the future. Some ornamental plants may look nice, but they can be a real threat to farm crops. The problem is getting harder to control with so many plants being sold on the internet. But the University of Minnesota Invasive Terrestrial Plants and Pests Center is working to keep invasive species and pests out of the state. It's working with the Minnesota Department of Agriculture to raise public awareness about which plants to avoid.
There are so many plants out there, and it can be difficult to keep all of them that could be problematic, and problem can be context specific too. So what might be a huge threat in Minnesota may not necessarily have the same intensity in another state or certainly another country. So I think awareness is still a big key to this issue.
Maury says it's best to buy plants from a reputable seller. If you do want to buy online, he suggests a Google search first to help you determine if a plant is an invasive species.
Coming up on AgweekTV, it's been a pretty easy calving season for central North Dakota.
When your air seeder needs more than just a fix, trust the experts at Air Seeder Repair. We're North Dakota-based and travel across the heartland, bringing top-tier service right to your farm. Rebuilding air carts and drills to better than new, with the expertise and industry knowledge to get you back to full power in just days. We prolong your maintenance intervals by using high-quality extended wear parts and offer free on-site inspections to make sure your machinery stays in top shape. Air Seeder Repair. Fast, efficient, and better than new.
As your farm evolves, so do the challenges that come with it. At Superior Grain Equipment, our systems are built to make your job easier and help your grain reach its full potential. From gentle drying to durable storage, get the flexibility to market your grain on your time. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
Power Rich Fertilizer is a leading provider of macro and micronutrient fertilizers customized for you. Our products, including granular and liquid foliars, are designed to enhance your crop's yield and disease resistance. We're here to help you get the most out of your crop with our incredible products. To learn more, call Steve Jerolimic at 701-799-2672. Discover the Power Rich difference. Contact us today.
At Vanderstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vatterstad, we look forward to growing together.
Spray Advantage is a full-line, full-service dealer with everything you need for fertilizer and chemical applications, like electronics from Microtrack and Raven, pumps by Banjo and John Blue, a full line of poly parts, tanks, and spray tips. We support the equipment we sell with factory-trained service technicians and a well-stocked parts department. It's our commitment to offer you quality products at competitive prices with the best financing options available. Spray Advantage, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota.
Ag Week weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
What does the month of May have in store for us when it comes to weather? Here's Lydia with our AgriWeather Outlook.
We are starting to heat up. Several states across the country, in fact 22 states, have already seen 90 plus degrees, from California all the way over to the East Coast, as far as Nebraska, as far north as Nebraska. Haven't seen 90s yet in Minnesota, North Dakota, or in South Dakota. Here's what I'm kind of thinking as we go throughout the next couple of weeks. Periodic rain chances. Off and on rain every once in a while for the last week of April. Severe thunderstorms, a possibility, especially as we head into the early parts of next week. Haven't really seen widespread severe weather in the northern parts of the high plains just yet. And I've got a decent chance here as we head into the early parts of next week, right around the Monday timeframe. And then your first week of May, looking warm, well above average temperatures, 60s, 70s, if not close to 80 in some spots down to the south, and then fairly dry as we continue to turn the wheels into planting season. Here's your jet stream setup just to show you the forecast for the next couple of weeks. Cool pocket as we finish out the weekend, into the weekend toward early next week, at least through the Great Lakes area toward the northeast coast, while mild and hot air out to the west start to build their way up to the north. And this is what leads into that severe weather opportunity. So here we are Monday. We've got the jet stream set up in a diagonal pattern right through places like Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, toward Wisconsin, even and off to the south. And that's where we'll watch out for some of those stronger storms. Of course, a few thunderstorms will be possible with heavy downpours through South Dakota, southern Minnesota, even as far north as North Dakota. As that pushes off to the east, we do have a little bit of a brief cool down Tuesday, Wednesday, until our temperatures start to rebound as we finish out April and head into May. Look at that big ridge building in. That's that bump in the jet stream that we often talk about, allowing warmer air out in the west coast to slide its way up in our direction. And that's as we turn the calendar from April into May. Here's what we're looking at for precip chances. Fairly dry to near normal chances. I've got drier weather out to the west as, again, we finish out April and head into May. Some periodic rain chances possible. You see near normal chances in kind of that gray color. But then as we do dive deeper into May, this now specifically May 1st through the 7th, so that first full week of May, fairly dry across the northern plains. And this time of year, while we're still in drought conditions, it's obvious that we still need precip, but you also physically need dry days in order to get into the field. And so that's what I'm looking at here as we head into early May. As for temperatures, that big ridge in the jet stream that I just showed you, that's going to allow for a warm up. For a lot of the country, really, look at all of these oranges and reds. Above average temperatures expected across the northern plains to finish out April and then especially into May. Look at some of these brighter reds that start to pop up. For a lot of us, this will be the first 70s of the season, widespread 70s, especially across northern Minnesota and North Dakota, while places down to the south could easily heat up toward the 80-degree mark as we turn the calendar into May.
A farmer's work is never done. You're not just planting a seed or harvesting a crop. You're growing a legacy. When you're up before dawn and out long past dusk, you need a banker who will work with your schedule, not the other way around. At Choice, we do banking differently, giving farmers like you time back to focus on what really matters. Choice Bank, top North Dakota ag bank for 10 years running, and always people first.
Farming is more than just a job. It's a way of life. It's your hard work, your investment, your future. At Superior Grain Equipment, we're here to protect it all. From durable grain storage to gentle drying and handling solutions. We build systems designed to last, and we stand by you with service and support every step of the way. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
Farmers, the future of your operation starts today. Thinking about expanding? Grow smarter and store bigger with Brock Solid grain bins from Gateway Building Systems. With decades of expertise, we build custom storage solutions that increase capacity, boost efficiency, and maximize profits. More storage means more control over your success. Get your Brock Solid grain bins now. Give us a call or go online to gatewaybuilding.com.
Power Rich Fertilizer is a leading provider of macro and micronutrient fertilizers customized for you. Our products, including granular and liquid foliars, are designed to enhance your crop's yield and disease resistance. We're here to help you get the most out of your crop with our incredible products. To learn more, call Steve Jerolimic at 701-799-2672. Discover the Power Rich difference. Contact us today.
Calving season is wrapping up around the region, and for the most part, ranchers have avoided the bad weather that can make calving miserable. Jenny Schleck checks in from central North Dakota.
A relatively snow-free winter has made for an easier calving season in central North Dakota.
Yeah, this year's calving season has been pretty nice. We didn't have a lot of storms.
Monica Fitterer is an NDSU Extension Ag and Natural Resources agent for Kidder County. She also ranches in nearby Stutzman County. She says some cold weather in February and March was hard on the new calves, but the lack of snow helped reduce calving stress.
We did have a little mud, and it does depend on your soil. Some guys are more fortunate than others. But with mud, it's really just keeping those calves out of the mud, because anytime they get cold and wet, it's really hard on them. They can't maintain their body temperature, and that opens up a pathway for any type of disease, whether it's pneumonia or scours.
Fitterer says drought is never far away from the minds of people in agriculture in the region. Timely rains are still needed, she said, and she advises ranchers to keep an eye on their hay supply and not turn their cattle out to pasture too early. And, she says, with the cattle market near record levels, cutting herds down a little may not hurt as much as in some years if conditions do turn dry.
I always like to cull pretty heavy, but with the prices this year, there's no reason to keep cows that are either not producing up to your standards, maybe are lame, don't have quite a good bag that you're looking for, or are a little mean, but you should be doing that on any regular year. But if you are worried about hayland or pasture, especially really take a deep look at your cows to make sure you're culling what needs to be culled.
In Woodworth, North Dakota, this is Jenny Schlecht for Ag Week.
With warmer weather on the horizon, ranchers are beginning to think about the upcoming grazing season. A large portion of North Dakota has been experiencing drought conditions since last fall, which can cause forage production to fall 10 to 20% in the following grazing season. Besides a lack of precipitation, wildfires are also going to influence this year's forage production. For areas of the state that have had wildfires, forage production can be impacted by 30 to 40%.
Really have that drought plan in place. Be prepared, because we are going to see reductions for most of the state. There is an area that's been outside of drought, and they're going to be fine, but the western part of the state, the southern, and even parts of the east are going to see a reduction in forage production this year, and be prepared for that.
Meehan urges ranchers to not start grazing their pastures too early, and to bring in additional hay or forage if that's needed at this time. Up next on AgweekTV, they call themselves the Oat Mafia. We'll see how working together is better for growers.
At Vatterstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vatterstad, we look forward to growing together.
When your air seeder needs more than just a fix, trust the experts at Air Seeder Repair. We're North Dakota based and travel across the heartland, bringing top-tier service right to your farm. Rebuilding air carts and drills to better than new, with the expertise and industry knowledge to get you back to full power in just days. We prolong your maintenance intervals by using high-quality extended wear parts and offer free on-site inspections to make sure your machinery stays in top shape. Air Seeder Repair. Fast, efficient, and better than new.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brand does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of brand products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
Farmers, the future of your operation starts today. Thinking about expanding? Grow smarter and store bigger with Brock Solid grain bins from Gateway Building Systems. With decades of expertise, we build custom storage solutions that increase capacity, boost efficiency, and maximize profits. More storage means more control over your success. Get your Brock Solid grain bins now. Give us a call or go online to gatewaybuilding.com.
Maddock Ranch is a fourth-generation, faith-driven operation committed to the health and success of our soil, cattle, and family. To share our passion for regenerative agriculture, we founded Maddock Ranch Supply, a store built by ranchers for ranchers. Whether you need fencing supplies, animal health products, or a solid pair of boots, we've got products you can depend on. Swing by our store in Harvey to say hello or shop online at MaddockRanchSupply.com.
There's a growing oats mafia in southeast Minnesota. But it's not a criminal enterprise. It's a group of farmers that call themselves Oats Mafia because they grow and market oats as a group. Kevin Connolly is a proud founding member of the Oat Mafia. Connolly also raises corn, soybeans, alfalfa, grass hay, and other forages for his cows. As a whole, the Mafia planted 6,000 acres of oats this year. Most of the oats will be sold to La Crosse Milling Company. But next year, the farmer-owned oats processor Green Acres Milling plans to open its $55 million processing facility. Connolly and two other farmers started growing and marketing oats together in 2020. He says the group has grown and he doesn't even know how many members there are now. Stories you'll only see on AgWeek.com and in AgWeek magazine this week. A South Dakota State University researcher is looking at how nanobubbles could help in dairy wastewater treatment. And a Minnesota county board is ordering a proposed feedlot to do more planning about odor control if it wants to be approved for construction. We appreciate you watching AgweekTV. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.